Pull the trigger. You know you want to. Here we are. This is Pull the Trigger. You know you want to. Episode 3. Return of Trigger. I'm here with rookie. He's not a rookie anymore, is he? He's a third-year player, Dan Jackson. He's been here all 3 years that I've been here. I was lucky enough to have a shower after that hard training. Dan, you smell a bit. It's still good to have you on the show. How are you today, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Just I've seen the first 2 episodes. I'm pretty impressed. So hopefully I can bring something to the table.
We've set a high standard to follow, haven't we?
Well, I'm not even going to try and get that high, but we'll see what we can do.
Good to have you on, mate. You're a betting man from way back. Do you have a tip for the Cup today? It is Melbourne Cup day.
I think Alco Pop's probably going to be the go. But apart from that, my little outsider, number 9, I don't even remember his name, but he's a goer.
He's a goer.
Yeah.
Well, I've been traditionally rubbish with my tipping. I'm going to go with Viewed. So if anyone has got on Viewed, get off it right now if you can, because it's certainly not going to win, because I never win. It's a big day for Zach Delaney from the Hawks as well. He had to miss training today, I think, because he's obviously on his way to Flemington. But Zach, what are you doing here, mate?
What time's my race?
Get out of here, buddy. It's 3:30. You better go, mate. Let's see your style on the way out of here. Fantastic for the little fella. That's his real Bunsen burner, nice little earner, horse racing. It's Dan, another thing I'd like to talk to you about. I've been wanting to get you on the show for a while. Gee, I'm sweating like
Whoa! Which one's that, mate?
That can be on the deleted scenes. Mate, your long-time partner, Mariana Tolo, you guys have been together for a while, an Opals player. What's it like being with someone in the WNBL?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Just I'm sure Trigg will probably get to this, but if he does, I am actually taller than her. For everyone that knows that.
No, you're not, mate. No, you're not.
Well,
We're getting
about 6'7". She's only about 6'4", maybe 6'5" on a good day. Depends how much she's been stretching, I guess. But
now we were at Matt Campbell's, his lovely daughter Hannah, her first birthday party a year ago, and you've rocked up in a certain automobile with Mariana. It was the Canberra Capitals team car. Can you tell us what make of car it is?
It's one of the smart cars, a little 2-seater. I don't know if you've seen them on the streets.
It looked like 2 people getting out of a shopping trolley, mate. You're 2 of the biggest people in the world, and you're getting out of a shopping trolley. I lost my mind.
I'm very into the green earth, so it's all about fuel efficiency for us. Yeah.
Fantastic, mate. Now, Dan, you're one of the better rookies you were when I was involved, and you still lend a hand with some of the bags and guide the young fellas. Who perhaps is, in your brief time in the league, the best rookie you've seen, and who is the worst in your time?
Well, I think Timmy Conrad's really stepped up to the plate this year.
He's fantastic, isn't he? He's a dream.
Well. He's remembering to bring sauce on the road trip, which is very important.
Underrated. Dan, worst rookie. It's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Well, I don't know if it is. Reece Martin's a bit shaky at times.
He's got a lot better though, hasn't he?
He has got better. We've had Quinny and Tay. They made our layup lines interesting. Well, actually, we'll tell them the story about Quinny, what Tony Ronson asked Sav about one of our development players last year. It's bad when they think that you have a competition to see who can warm up with you. It's not a good thing.
He asked me if he'd won a raffle.
Yeah, well.
And no, Quinny, if you're out there watching, mate, great Seabull season at the mighty Albury Wodonga Bandits, who waved the flag well and did a hell of a lot better than everyone thought you would, and proved all the haters wrong. So keep plugging away, Quinny. We see you, big boy. Dan, you've got some nice little grey undershorts there, and you know, obviously I'm one of the whitest men on the planet, so I like to hide my legs. You're not afraid to put them out there.
Well, I've heard that you've got a lot of female viewers at home as well, and I'm just giving them what they want.
Back to practice, back to basketball, the real stuff, you know, the money maker. The great Bruce Palmer, you know, I love his lingo, his sayings. A shout out to Bruce, mate, I love you. He's got stuff like, Cam, you got to follow away like my hairline. He's always, I'll talk to him on the phone and it'll be like signing out, like, see you, Brucey, like, you stay in a low stance, okay? Like, just stuff like that. And he's saying things like, he was commentating one time and John Zaghetti shot a shot and he said, looks like John Zaghetti just threw a live dog at the rim. Anyway, Bruce always talks to me about your engine. Trigger, you got a good engine, or he doesn't have the engine. Let's talk about basketball engines, Dan. In 3 possible scenarios, would you describe your engine as a Lamborghini Diablo, a 01 Ford Falcon, or a paper aeroplane?
Well, I don't know. I'm not really the speediest guy around, so we pretty much got to take out the Lamborghini straight away. And I'm probably not even fast enough for a 2001 Ford Falcon, but I like to think I'm better than a paper airplane.
You certainly are, mate. You certainly are. You're nowhere near a paper airplane.
Maybe a bit Datsun 180B or something reliable, but haven't missed a training session in 3 years.
You are durable, mate. I'll throw it out. You're durable. We've gone and looked for a nickname for Ty. That's one of our famous segments, Aces. We'll give him a shout out to Acer. A nickname that's not used as much anymore, that's sort of left with John Phillip. Shout out to Pope. Ralphie. Talk us through this one. I know what it's about. The viewers don't. Why would Pope and the boys call you Ralphie?
Well, I had my first training session on. It was the Monday, and I thought, had some mates in town on the Sunday night, so I had dinner, went out. Didn't drink that night, but got home fairly late. Got up in the morning. I was like, oh sweet, leftover lamb roast for brekkie in the morning. So yeah, went and did weights. Pretty tough session. Hadn't lifted in a while. Went to training, conditioning on the court, where they're doing the tap drill, where you tap it and run around the bin. And
It's a killer.
So I'm running around the bin. This has been going on. There was only about 6 or 7 of us doing it, and the lamb roast come back on me a bit, and I threw up all over the court. Couldn't find the bin, even though we were running around one at the time. It was I didn't really consider that. I was just like, I kind of tried to catch it in my hands, but it didn't work.
It shot out everywhere, didn't you? So it was let me get this straight. It was your first training with the Hawks. You're thinking, I'll make a good impression here.
Yeah.
It's pre-season. It's obviously going to be very hard. You've thought, what can I have for breakfast? Maybe a bit of Nutrigrain, Ironman food. You went with lamb roast. Looking back, was that perhaps not an ideal decision?
I haven't had lamb roasts for breakfast since then, so it probably wasn't a great idea.
I could see it on the ground. All it was missing was the plate. There was like full chunks of broccoli and lamb gravy. It was horrible, mate. I nearly gagged myself, but I was too tired.
On my first session though, I just left it on the court, and the assistant coaches had to wipe it up with towels, which I was pretty impressed with.
Alright, shout out to Joel Armstrong for a fabulous website. Just go to the Hawks website, hawks.com, and check out the link to PTT. It's very similar to PTI. I'm probably funnier, and it's probably going to be more popular. We'll have the t-shirts coming out soon, not the PTI, the PTT, and it'll just be the big trigger head. Obviously not all of it, because it's like a space station, mate. This is like an orange on a toothpick. So I'm trying to give a plug here.
I'm just trying to say I'll get in on this. If we have a bobble,
it'll have to. The head will it'll be like Rage, that close-up where it goes Rage. It's like that massive head. It'll be like around the whole t-shirt. That's how the trigger head.
Hey, I just got a question.
What's that? Rage. And it's got the massive stretched out head. That's like my head, so.
Can I just throw a question at you?
Of course you can.
In the NBA, they have the familiar bobblehead nights.
They just make a normal figure of me.
They're actually going to have to scale your head down for the bobblehead night. How do you feel about that?
They do. Jacko, I like that you've taken over. It's just, my bobblehead just looks like a G.I. Joe. It's just the normal figurine of me with my normal head. And they're like, that's a bobblehead. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like, that's just my action figure.
When your head bobbles, does your chin actually hit the ground?
There's only side bobble. There's no forwards and back. You can only, it's limited. That's why it hasn't taken off. The kids don't like it because it's not 360 degree bobble. It's just to the side, you know, so it's not as fun to play with.
Maybe we can get on that though, the Trigger half bobbleheads, the side bobble.
Merchandise is on the way. Baby, pull the trigger. You know you want to.